Hi, I'm Gwen.
And I'm Sandy, and we are hosts of Country at the Merc.
When do we do Country at the Merc?
We do it every Saturday. Two shows, one at 7, one at 9.
Where?
In Old Town Temecula at 42051 Main Street.
You know the address?
I do, because I type it in a lot on all of our
websites, which we have a myriad of websites. You can go and find out about our show. We got countryatthemerc.info, TemeculaLive.org, ranchrockers.info,
YouTube/user/Country at the Merc.
That's where you are now.
That's where you are now.
And you can go to Facebook, and mostly we don't Twitter, but if you can think of something interesting we could talk about, we might.
We think about Twittering, but it's not that we don't do anything very interesting.
Except I'm going to try to figure out how to write this and make sure it's not backwards.
That's right. We took a long time. Here, hold that up, Mrs. Quinn. That is so good. So clever. Look at that.
Can you get it
closer? It says, hi, Kristen.
But it's not backwards.
And it's not back.
Okay, back to the show.
Back to the show.
So, Kristen is a volunteer coordinator for Oak Grove. Oak Grove, we do a ton of stuff with, including our upcoming event, Temecula Live, which you want to go and get online and audition and fill out the audition application for it, because we're going to change that date on the website today to October 17th for Temecula Live auditions. And we need everybody to go on and fill out the application and come down to the audition, because you got to audition to be on the show.
Whenever you talk about Temecula Live, your eyebrows go.
Because I love it. Just like the video. Temecula Live. It looks like I'm bugging out. It's crazy.
It's funny how you have expressions on your face you don't realize it, which is exactly why I never watch myself on video when I'm singing, because I don't want to know. Yeah. I have an idea right here of what I look like, and that's what I want to keep.
That's a good... You know what I look like?
No. What's your name?
I look like Carrie Underwood in my mind.
Oh,
yeah. I'm fabulous.
Yeah. I've been told I look like Liza Minnelli, but I don't see it.
Pick somebody that you want to look like, and that makes it even better. Well, who's on the show this week?
Who is on the show this week? Well, this week is our intern, Joelle James. It's her last show with us before she goes back to school. So she's going to be on at 9 o'clock and has a whole host of songs.
We've got the Brewer Boys are coming back this week. And Alexis, you meet them, who is excited. She's doing a TV show. We also have 9 o'clock. We have Erin Payne from Emerald River is going to be on 9 o'clock.
Erin's an old friend of yours?
Yeah. I actually sang with the band that she was in to win the CCMA California Vocalist of the Year thing forever ago.
35 years ago? When you had that peaking shirt haircut?
About that.
Good job.
And then we also have a new performer this weekend, Mr. Tyler Edmonston. It's Elena's cousin.
Mrs. Gwynn, we have 2 new performers? Yes, I believe we do.
Who's your other one?
Ryan Anderson.
That's right. I'm so
looking excited to have Ryan, because he came to one of the Country at the Merc auditions. They're every Saturday night between shows at 8:30.
That's right.
And he showed up, and we thought, well, people show up all the time. They get up there, we say thanks for trying, and then they go on their merry way. But he did a really good job. He was very brave, and he really pulled it off.
Great voice, though. I loved his voice. I thought that was cool. And so I'm really looking forward to having a great show this week. I know it always turns out great. And every week...
There's times, though. There's times that we get there...
Well, there's moments, right?
We're on our way to the show and we think, whoa, how come we didn't think that through a little bit better? That might be a problem. That might not.
Slip right through the cracks.
Through the cracks, but it seems to always work its way out.
It does.
Why is that?
Because it's a fun show. Because the atmosphere, everybody comes to enjoy the show and to cheer everybody on and to be supportive. Nobody comes thinking, oh, this is going to be awful. Why would you come if you think it's going to be awful? That's a bad attitude. You don't want to do that.
Although, I have seen teenage boys coming with mom and dad to come and see their sister.
Being drugged.
Being drugged along. They got their iPod in their ears. And about the 3rd or 4th song that iPods come out.
Well, that's when we put the hot chick on the show, too.
They're tapping their feet, leaning around, bouncing around a little bit. And it's funny to see that they start to enjoy it in spite of themselves.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people do. That come to see other people. And that's what's so great, because every time they leave, they're like, that was fantastic. It wasn't what people are expecting. We don't know what you're expecting. It's just what we do. So just come and watch it.
We like to play off of the idea that if we're having a good time and enjoying ourselves, that will pass along to the audience. And so far, it has worked every single time.
That's right.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll see performers, and that's where we're going to take off on our tip of the week.
Tip of the week.
Which we didn't have a tip of the week last week because of all the video recorded, really none of it was acceptable to put up on the internet.
Which is
because
our
my
tip.
hair looked bad.
Oh, it didn't look that bad, really.
It did.
No.
But today's looking a lot
Today's
better.
looking fabulous. So I think you flexed.
Thank you, Mrs. Gwynn. Mighty generous of you to say so.
No problem. You
Anyway.
can't cut that.
Goes right here.
That looks funny. Okay.
This?
Yeah. Tip of the week.
What was the tip of the week?
Tip of the week is when you're on stage, how you perform with other people on stage with you. Hey, you can. So anyway, when you're on stage with other performers, how to interact with them and be one of the toughest things as a singer, if you're not a dancer or don't choose to be a dancer, is what do you do to whoever's performing at that time. If it's a guitar player, the keyboard player, steel guitar, fiddle, whoever's got that solo at that point, that's who you direct your attention to. That's what people are going to look at.
You do that very well. It took me a long time to be comfortable doing that because I couldn't see myself in their space.
You know why I do that well? I don't dance.
Yeah.
I don't dance well. Not good. And it was way easier for me to go, hey, you're really cool. Look what he's doing. Than it was to figure out what to do. And it's really respectful. That's how you be respectful on stage. And musicians work way harder than any of us singers give them credit for.
Yes.
A lot of stuff to learn, a lot of stuff to know. And so as a singer and as a performer, you have to give credit where credit's due. And that means turn into your guitar player, turn into your drummer, your bass player, include the band, and they're going to have a great time when they're going to play that.
The big difference between karaoke singing and singing with a live band. You've got real people behind you. And if you mess up, they're going to try to catch you and make sure that you can finish the song strong, even though you've missed the whole last chorus.
That's right. And we do want to thank our fill-in players last week, Vince Mendoza and Sal Hamby, for doing an amazing job. Great job. And with a lot of work that, especially, well, both of them, they both had a lot of work and a lot of songs to learn for 1 week.
Last week, we had a few of our patrons talk about coming to the show and bringing their friends that they wanted to see more of Gwen and myself singing. Mm-hmm. And we're a little bit of conflict about whether or not we should do that or how that will work, because most of the time we think that people who are on the show are going to bring their friends and family to come and see the show, and that they don't want to see us singing. They want to see their friend, relative, whoever she is or he is. That's who they come to see. So we're kind of working on a better balancing act of that, would you say?
I would suggest that because, unfortunately, we're losing Joelle as our intern for the coming up year till school's out. That'll open up a couple of slots where we can sing more than 1 or 2 songs at a time. Or suggestions, ideas.
Oh, yeah. Let us know your ideas and suggestions.
We should do like 3 songs in the beginning and 3 songs in the end, and let the performers close it or do the show in between. It's just ideas. That's what we're at. But we would sing the whole show if we thought you'd come and watch it.
We just don't know if we're all that interesting. We're entertaining,
yes.
But geez, after a while, I'm pretty sure enough of you people.
No, probably not. You're pretty good.
Why do you?
I haven't told you that in a while.
I mean, with the funny stuff?
Well, with the singing too.
Oh, Mrs. Gwynn! Did I mention who I take lessons from?
Not anymore. You never took lessons. You sat there and you were like, it's time for lunch. Let's go to lunch.
Oh, it's time for lunch.
Folks, we'll see you next week. Don't forget Temecula Live auditions, October 17th in Old Town.
More information available on our website,
www.temeculalive.org.
O-R-G.
You're really good at that.
Well, it's because sometimes I think I'm a little deaf and I need a little help.
Well,
What'd he say? That show's over. Thanks for joining us once again.
See you Saturday night at Country at the Merc.
Remember? That's right. We're counting on you.
2 shows.
1 at 7, 1 at 9.
Bye-bye. Bye, Kristen.